noteworthy, it is noteworthy to sort of point out at this point that a number of online child abuse cases are on the rise, and it's not just limited to India. A majority of countries which went into similar lockdowns are facing the problem as well. Reports of online sexual exploitation of Canadian children during the COVID-19 pandemic has risen too. Abusers have been taking advantage of the fact that kids are spending more time online, exploit them through live distant child abuse. It's a new term which has actually come into being during this time of the pandemic and these online classes. Even the head of the EU law enforcement agency, the Europol, cautioned the members of the EU regarding the rise and remarked that it was now simpler for pedophiles to contact children and find like-minded offenders as well. In Australia, similarly, police commander there has raised the concern and warned the offenders will use second wave of COVID-19 as an opportunity to find more potential child victims, as young people spend increasingly more amount of time online and limited time under adult supervision. The situation persists even in countries like Thailand and Philippines, pointing to growing worry around the globe for safety of children. Now, what are these violations really? What is it that we need to be watchful for? Like I said, it's a global problem. The rise in online harassment was also noted in San Diego, and there they decided to work towards solutions like Tamil Nadu has in this case, but their solutions were a little different. They in fact wanted to formulate guidelines on what they call our professional adult student boundaries and violations. There is now a code of conduct there, which talks about singling out a particular student for personal attention and friendship to be noted. Encouraging students to confide their personal or family problems is to be noted. Exchanging personal gifts, cards or even letters to be noted. Socializing or spending time with students, example meals or movies outside work, is to be noted, and this is now prohibited in that place. But much of this is being talked about across the globe, like I said, by UNICEF as well, and they have some solutions. They have made a program on how to mitigate online risks for children. What is that all about? They have asked governments to try and bolster core children protection services altogether. Educational initiatives are to be taken on child online safety. Local helplines and hotlines are to be set up for harassment and child abuse. And IT companies, this is interesting, must ensure online platforms have enhanced safety and safeguarding measures as well. Schools must promote and monitor good online behavior, and school must also ensure children have access to school-based counseling services. Parents must have open dialogue with children on how and with whom they are communicating online. Parents must also be on alert for any sort of signs of distress that might arrive in children. They must also have access to numbers of support, and this should be circulated so that parents, students, all of them have access to it and they can be reached out to in case there is need. But while there seems to be ample solutions, programs doing on the rise to actually work on this front, how feasible is this to really implement in a country like India? And how feasible is it to generally do this in a situation so unique like the pandemic? To discuss